Hello, hello, hello. So, hopefully you can hear me now. I'm using a different kind of mic. Oh, a lavalier mic, but it has a cable to it. Anyway, so I want to talk about things you should know about being a destination wedding photographer going to the Dominican Republic specifically. Now, I did my first destination wedding this past weekend. It was in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and it was at the Majestic Elegance Resort in Punta Cana, and it was by far the best experience I've ever had internationally and for a wedding weekend. It was incredible as a vendor. I can't believe this is my job.
Driving the land, so that bitch I'm sorry. Got my coins at Mario. Yeah, they call me Cardi B. I run this shit like cardio.
Oh my God. So a little backstory about how I got this wedding was over a year and a half ago, a couple approached me saying that they really liked my style. It was different than anyone else's. They were Disney obsessed, as I am. The bride loves mermaids, just like I do. So we kind of connected on the same level just by me posting personal things that I like, and then we connected that way over social media. We did their engagement photos in Coney Island because she really wanted beach photos, and her wedding was in DR, so it just makes sense that Save the Dates and such had like a beach setting. And after the photo shoot, the engagement photos, I just kind of teased around with her. It's like, hey, my boyfriend is half Dominican, thinking about one day when we get married, it would be in DR, so it'd be really cool if I shot your wedding and I'd give you a major discount. And lo and behold, she loved her engagement photos, and she ended up booking me for her wedding in DR. And then she ended up eloping during the pandemic in Dumbo, which is one of her favorite places as mine, in New York City, and it had water views, of course. She did that for her elopement, and it was just absolutely amazing. I met her family members. We hung out, ate, drank a little bit. It was really great to get to know everybody before the big wedding day. Wedding day approaches last week, and it's February, so it's freezing here in New Jersey and New York. Going to Dominican Republic was so nice, but what a climate change of a difference. So let me tell you some things you should know and how to prepare for a trip like that. So first of all, you definitely need one of these guys. If you don't have one of these, you can't go. Another thing with DR, we're in the pandemic tail end right now, I believe, but you still have to wear a mask in the airport. They do speak Spanglish there, so a little bit of Spanish, English. You might encounter people that are really good with their English, and some people who speak a little bit of English too that you'll encounter. So I recommend knowing some basics. Duolingo really helped me out to learn some basics in Spanish to communicate, like where's the bathroom, or donde está helps a lot. As a photographer, I would highly recommend telling your couples you must arrive at least 2 days before the event. I ended up arriving on a Friday afternoon, and the wedding wasn't till Monday. So we had Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, 3 nights before the wedding. That's just what I wanted to do, just in case of crazy weather conditions and, travel stuff. I also tell my couples that I would like to meet them at the venue. In this case, it was an all-inclusive resort where they were having their wedding and where they were staying. We must meet at least the day before and do a walkthrough together, knowing where all the locations are, where the photo spots that they specifically want, if I can attend like any rehearsals and things, so I can meet more people that are going to be there on the wedding day, so everyone's comfortable around me and I can kind of get an idea of who's who and who's important to them. So that's what happened, and that was fantastic. And as part of the package they booked, they had to book my hotel room and also pay for my flights, along with my assistant, ends up being my boyfriend. And they had to pay for our hotel, our flights, and to stay a couple days after the wedding as well as part of the package. And they got a cheaper rate for the actual wedding photography. I even threw in a free sunrise photo shoot session on their wedding day because that was something unexpected, and it was a surprise delight for them because they weren't expecting it, but I wanted to offer it since I knew how important sunrises were to them because that's what they did on wedding day. So if there's any ways that you can do a little extra for them, that's always nice, and always say yes to any requests that they have because they're doing you an amazing favor by giving you this experience, right? Let's get into what to pack for a destination wedding. So I have this think tank bag. This has been with me for a very, very long time. I think I got this off of Craigslist or something like that. I did not buy it brand new. It was used, and I believe you can get it for like $200. It's like if you wanted to buy it brand new. Anyway, so this has been my carry-on. I only carry on my photography gear. I did have a large suitcase that had my tripods in it, and I bought cheap tripods because it was a beach wedding, so I didn't mind if they were to break or sand destroyed the tripod or anything like that. One of my tripods did end up breaking. I had two, so I had to finagle with just one tripod at one point with a flash. And then the other tripod, we just ended up tossing at the end of the night. I think it cost me like $30. Not a big deal. Anyway, so we have this bag. It's my carry-on. It fit on a JetBlue flight. And this is what I brought, some important things. There's also some things in here I didn't even use. So take note on things you don't really need for a destination wedding. So I have the basics of like lens cleaning pen here, extra SD cards. I love my 300 MBS cards. I know they're super expensive. I think there's photographers out there that say that the slower speed ones work just as fine, but I just go for the fastest speed. That's what I do. I like to overspend on things and try to get the best of the best. Okay, moving on to the important stuff. Sunscreen, very important. It is hot out there. The sun is beaten, even on a cloudy day. You still need sunscreen. Bug spray. I can't tell you how many welts and infected bug bites I have from mosquitoes. Bug spray, especially for nighttime, you're gonna need this. And I really needed more than just this. So I recommend bringing bug spray, sunscreen. And just so you know, I brought my own sunscreen not knowing this, but obviously the resort has this stuff for sale. Someone in the group of the wedding group had mentioned they forgot sunscreen, and the resort was charging $30 for one bottle. So bring your own sunscreen, preferably sunburn because it's safe for coral reefs if you're in the beach and stuff. Another thing to note is that American dollars is accepted in Dominican Republic. They actually kind of prefer it, it seems, because the exchange rate changes every day there, so sometimes they can get lucky in getting a couple more pennies on the dollar if they were to convert. So $1 bills is necessary. You're going to look like a little stripper there, but to tip it's a tipping culture, especially at an all-inclusive resort. You still want to tip. Anyone's giving you a service, even at the buffets, you just want to give them $1. Sometimes $5 if you're going to be at the same bar at the same night, all at one night or something like that. So bring 1s and 5s. Highly recommend. Back to what I'm packing. I keep getting off track. Sorry, guys. But hopefully these tips are actually being super informative to you. So let's keep going. So the camera I'm recording on right now is a mirrorless Nikon Z6 II. I freaking love this camera. It has a 50mm on it right now. It's a macro lens as well, and I use that for my ring shots. I actually use that for portraits as well. It's my favorite lens right now. I also have this DSLR Nikon D750, and I pack an 85mm 1.8 lens, and then it has the attachment to go on the Z mount adapter for this mirrorless camera that you're watching on. So if I wanted to switch out of the 50mm, which is the Z mount already, I have an adapter to go on to my F mounts here. And then I also have a 35 millimeter 1.4. So I have 35, 50, 85 lenses, prime lenses, and I have 2 camera bodies. You can get away with the 70 to 200 and 24 to 70 if that's your jam. I recommend 2 cameras. You need one as a backup, and you need at least 2 different focal lengths for your wedding day. And now I have a spider holster that goes around the waist, so it's almost like a gun. I'm like shooting with 2 cameras, and I just whip it out of my hip and switch back and forth between the 2 cameras and the 2 different focal lengths that I'm working with. Okay, so then I also bring 2 flashes because, you know, 1 flash will do, 2 flashes is better because if something were to happen to one, you have a second one. Okay, so these are 2 Godox 8200s. I decided to just go full out off-camera flash only, no on-camera flash. But if it's your style, you can do on-camera flash. It's just specifically for a beach wedding, you have nothing to bounce off of on the tripods, and it's going to be direct. Now, you could do on-camera flash, but you can't really go far away from the crowd to shoot without light on the subject that you're shooting because you're so far away with an on-camera flash. So I recommend 2 off-camera flash. Godox 8200s are pretty powerful, going on the 2 different tripods. So you don't need this, but my couples love this. It's fairy lights, and we did a fun nighttime photo out on the beach with off-camera flash with some fairy lights around the bride, and it was really fun and magical. She loved it. I let her keep the fairy lights, and she just stayed with fairy lights in her second outfit change on the dance floor all night, and it was really cute. And she ended up actually giving some of the lights to a little girl that was there at the wedding, and she felt like such a little fairy. It was so cute. Got these. You don't need them though. That's not your style. You don't need them. Now I have flash modifiers. I use MagMod, and I use the boob, which is also called the Mag Sphere, and I magnetize them to the Godox 8200s like so. I also used the grids, which can also help direct the light to the subject without spilling all over the place. And then I also used, bada bing, bada boom, where are they? Well, they're mag gels, so I use like quarter CTO gels to help give some color to the light, which makes it a little bit warmer. That's my style. I like a little bit of a warmer touch to light. And they also works with the market string lights that they had at their outdoor wedding because those are warm lights. So matching that light was really key. Now, the DJ did have a bunch of like color strobes happening on the dance floor, which kind of messed up some of the color in the photos, but it's okay. The couple actually really liked the blues and the greens and the pinks and the reds all over on them on the dance floor. They don't really care. They don't end up really printing those photos anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's more just to have that memory of them having a good time, right? You need triggers, and those go on top of the camera, slip right on here to signal these guys when to go on and off and how bright or how dull of light they are going to be. So you need those, one on each camera body. You obviously need backup battery, but also a charger. I did that I had a backup battery for each camera. I had a charger as well, just to charge them in case. My camera bodies in 2 batteries per camera will work for a wedding day. I don't need more. Sometimes they can survive off of 1 battery on the entire wedding day. And then I also had backup batteries for the triggers. So again, 2 of double A's and the rechargeables on each of these, and then a backup set after that. And I didn't even need to change them, but I had it just in case. Obviously, SD cards enough for each camera body. They're dual slots, so I just had like triple the amount than I thought I needed, and ended up not using them all. Okay, so my assistant was there, which is my boyfriend. He did GoPro footage. So he had the GoPro. There was a tripod, but it broke, but it's okay. This is great for behind the scenes, and that's what I did. And I'm actually gifting the couple behind the scenes footage of their wedding day as well, because I like doing that as a surprise and delight for my couples, so they had extra memory from their wedding, even though they hired a videographer. But sometimes the videographer only cinema type of film for them or highlight film for them, and then even like the raw footage they got, they don't have everything, like all the moments of them talking and laughing about different things. They kind of turn off the camera sometimes for those moments, but I had the GoPro footage running and they have it. So what if the videographer also lost the footage? We also have it. So I don't know, I like the backup on backup on backup thing. Yeah, I had a laptop with me, and I also had Samsung hard drive, super fast, and I just backed up my SD cards to the hard drive. And great thing at this resort, the Majestic Elegance Resort, although the Wi-Fi was kind of spotty, it actually ended up being faster than I expected to upload the memory card. So it did a pretty good job. So I'm not going to dapper on that, because you can definitely upload them to like your online cloud. It's not going to be super fast, but you'll get it done within the overnight, like while you're sleeping. Okay, so I barely used this guy, but this had nothing to do with the wedding day. I kind of was hanging out with them at the pool at one point and brought this with me in my purse and took a picture of the couple at the pool with like their engagement ring blow up pool floaty. Gave a photo of them with that, which was sweet. And then I also just had it for myself, so you don't need it. Let's see, is there anything else? I brought rain jackets just in case. They look like those trash bags with the little hoods, but didn't end up raining. Oh, very important. You cannot go to a wedding on any beach wedding. It doesn't have to be destination, but you cannot go without the tripod and some weights. You need weights on them. So what I ended up doing is buying the ones on Amazon. They are water, you can fill them up with water, and I think they get up to like 20 pounds if you wanted to, but I told my boyfriend you don't need to fill it up all the way, maybe halfway. So he filled it up using one of the shower, like spray off your feet with the beach sand. He filled, it ended up being like a faucet, so he just filled them up like that, and then I just put them at the bottom of the tripod to hold it down, because it ended up being really windy at night, so it kept the tripod with my flash on it from falling over. So highly recommend that. You'll need that, and obviously you're going to need the tripod attachments to attach the flash to the tripod. And that's really all you needed. And obviously clothes and some freaking comfortable shoes. Let me tell you, if you have very sensitive feet, I have a problem with one of my right foot especially. Walking on the sand is actually very uncomfortable for people that have knee problems, hip problems, feet problems, and I have feet problems. So I actually ended up wearing tennis shoes. On Amazon, you can get them, I think, like $40. And they're actually surprisingly comfortable on the sand, and people are looking at me weird, but I was comfortable. So you gotta wear comfortable shoes if you have a problem, with knees, hips, or feet. Or ankles too. The groom actually has an issue with his ankles, so he was struggling a little bit in the sand. But consider that for a beach wedding as well, some comfortable shoes. So thanks for watching. I really wish you the best of luck in your destination wedding and capturing the most incredible moments and the most incredible weekend of probably your entire life. Is doing a destination wedding, especially in DR, in Punta Cana, at the Majestic Elegance. You're gonna have an incredible time. The all-inclusive resort, it's just the way to go. You don't have to worry about anything. Just bring 1s and 5 cash tips, okay? Don't forget that, and learn a little bit of Spanish if you're going to Punta Cana or Dominican Republic. Don't forget your passport. And, last thing. Sorry, last thing. So legally, us Americans aren't really supposed to be shooting destination weddings internationally without a work visa in that country. But double check with that country's, laws and stuff online. But otherwise, enjoy your destination wedding to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Majestic Elegance, whatever it is, or wherever you are going in the world, because it's going to be amazing and you're going to be prepared. So thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to watch more tips and tricks for wedding and photography things. And see ya.